It's game day. You know, for a jersey that's like almost 20 years old at this point, this thing's in pretty good shape. You can still see the colors really well on the sleeves. The back is a little faded. You can't really see Tim Couch's number too well, but I mean, to be fair, the Browns have had like 30 starting quarterbacks since Tim Couch anyways, so it's not really very relevant. One thing's for sure, I'm definitely not a bandwagon Browns fan. I've been on this depressing and sometimes extremely painful train for a very long time.
Hey.
You ready?
I'm ready. And I'm officially a Browns fan.
How'd you get that?
I wasn't sure if it would come on time, but it did.
I don't know if that's better or worse to have you also as a Browns fan. I haven't decided yet.
We might both get beat up.
This isn't really an ordinary game day though. We're actually going to the game tonight. It's Monday night, prime time. It's Shannon's first football game ever, right? You never been before?
Yeah, never been.
I've been to a few. I've been lucky enough to catch a few NFL games. When I lived in New Orleans, I got to see the Saints a couple times, and then I got to go to the Browns home opener last year in Cleveland when they tied the Steelers and didn't lose for the first time in like 18 games. That was pretty cool. Hopefully, actually, I'd be pretty happy with a tie tonight. I think I'd be okay with it. You know, the 49ers are a good team. You know, the Browns are better than they've been in the past. You know, tie would be okay.
Thank you. And you're just gonna follow the cars to the left. It's open parking.
Okay, thank you very much.
Outstanding.
$50. Well, that's a good deal.
Easy money.
Made it with just enough time to tailgate here. We got about an hour or so we're gonna make up some queso, have some nachos with some chorizo and all kinds of stuff. Probably a good idea to eat before going into the stadium so I don't have to buy like $19 chicken nuggets and stuff like that. I guess it would make sense to get a few packing cubes. I know a lot of folks suggested that. It's kind of a mess up here with all my clothes just kind of stuffed into the pop top area when the top is popped. That being said though, pop tops are pretty awesome for tailgating. I'm figuring that out right now.
Typical van life fashion. Looks disgusting, tastes incredible.
I think it's like the perfect tailgating snack here.
Yep.
Ready to go. Let's go Browns. Just passed a car that looked like it was completely on fire. It's pretty crazy. Is it? Can you see the flames still? So we accidentally ate too much queso and mistimed it. We ended up waiting for like 45 minutes outside the entrance. We just got into the stadium.
We're losing. Should have worn a Niners shirt.
So this hasn't gone very well. It's like the fourth. Just keeps getting worse. We had to go for a walk. Like we just had to get out of there. There are a lot of Browns fans here, like tons and tons of Browns fans, but they're all very disappointed. Yeah, that game was pretty brutal. about as bad as I could have ever imagined. Maybe the worst performance by the Browns in at least a year, maybe even longer than that. It was pretty tough to watch, I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, it was really cool just to be able to go to the stadium and to be able to check it out. Like I said, there were a ton of Browns fans there, like way more than I was expecting. I thought there might be a handful, but when the Browns did like good things in the game, which did not happen very often, but like when they blocked a field goal at one point, like you could hear the stadium cheering relatively loudly, and it was kind of weird because, like, you know, it's so far away from Cleveland. It's not like it's like Pittsburgh or something where, you know, a bunch of Pittsburgh fans will go to Cleveland for a game or vice versa, like Cleveland fans will go over to Pittsburgh for the Steelers games and stuff. But like this is like halfway across the country, so definitely was pretty weird to be able to see that many fans there. Would have been cool if the Browns could have played a little bit better, but at the same time, you know, with them being so far down towards the end of the game, we didn't really mind just like getting up and like walking around and exploring the stadium, which was pretty nice because I don't think I'm ever going to get the chance to go back to that stadium again. I don't see any reason that I would. Tickets are definitely not cheap. It was kind of like a once in a great while kind of thing to do, maybe a once in a lifetime experience. So really, really cool to be able to check it out. And like I said, I wish that the game would have gone better for the Browns, but I'm still going to wear my Browns shirt here. I got my other shirt on. I'm going to represent my Brownies regardless and hope that they can just turn it around at some point later this season. After the game, on the way back towards the city, we decided to stop and pick up some food really quickly. We were like really hungry. Those nachos and queso were really delicious, but it wasn't really like a meal. Like it was a good snack, but by like halfway through the game, we were starting to get really hungry. And like I said earlier in the video, we didn't want to spend like $20 on like chicken nuggets and stuff like that. Stuff was pretty expensive in there, so we decided to just stop somewhere on the way back. And then at the restaurant, we actually randomly ran into a couple of subscribers. They came up to us, Vicky and Chase. It was awesome getting the chance to meet you guys. They actually live in an NV2500 that they have converted. Unfortunately, we couldn't check it out. We were just about to start eating, like they were bringing our food over to us while we were chatting, so we didn't really get the chance to see it, but it was really awesome to meet you guys. Thank you for coming over and taking the time to chat for a little bit. This has got to be like one of the most photogenic places on the planet. Just the way that the fog rolls in from the western side of the city, it makes for like this crazy lighting. And it pretty much does this every day. It's pretty incredible. Probably a good time to mention that this video is sponsored. It's sponsored by a company called Ridge Wallets. They make minimalist wallet designs as an alternative to the traditional leather style wallet. I've been using this one here for a few months at this point now, and I've been really, really happy with it. It's definitely a little bit different for sure than the traditional wallet, but don't have the same issues that I used to have with the leather wallets where they would stretch out and I would have cards flying out all over the place. Everything's really nicely contained in here. I can fit my credit cards and then my ID, and then I can kind of have a little bit of room for cash here on the side, and it's worked out really, really well. Definitely recommend checking them out. I'm going to put a link in the description below to their website. If you use the promo code ELEMENT as well, you'll be able to get a 10% discount on anything in their store. Like I said, be sure to check them out. Thank you again, Ridge, for sponsoring these videos. Something I've been working on the past couple of weeks here is getting a shop launched with some of my favorite photos that actually makes prints of my favorite pictures that I've taken over the past couple of years while I've been traveling. I've had a lot of folks request that I do this, going through my Instagram and stuff. A lot of folks will reach out to me and say that they want a way that they can actually buy a photo, whether it's just a print of it or if it's a poster. They also offer like canvas prints as well, and then they do framed ones as well, so you can get like really nice high quality frame ones. I still haven't actually been able to get one yet. I'm gonna try to get a few and hang them up. I don't know where, somewhere in this van, maybe on the underside of the pop top here, maybe on the wall back here. It'd be kind of nice just to get a little bit more color in here and be able to display some of my favorite pictures there, but I decided to do that. So there's a link in the description below if you guys are interested in it. Feel free to check it out. It's going to be elementvanlife.redbubble.com. Much better. My booties are looking like they're about to blow away right now. I've got them out on the hood of the van drying. That's a question that a lot of folks will ask me, you know, what do I do with my wetsuit gear after I get out of the water? And, you know, I surfed a couple of days ago, so they kind of wonder how I get it to dry. Basically, I just hang it out, put my booties on the hood, I'll hang my wetsuit over the mirror here, I'll put a towel over the other mirror. Sometimes I'll hang them up from the roof rack as well. I can kind of connect it to the roof rack and get it to drape down and dry. And that's basically what I do to get it so that it's dry enough to put back in the storage bin and doesn't start smelling moldy or anything like that. It's looking like it's going to be a pretty crazy week coming up, guys. Shannon and I are flying to Texas late tomorrow evening. We have our red-eye flight. I think we leave at like 11 p.m. from San Francisco's airport, and then we get there at like 4 or 5 in the morning. So it's gonna be a pretty crazy trip, I think. You know, I'm looking forward to it though. I'm really looking forward to going to Texas. Two of my really good friends, like I said in a previous video, are getting married, so that's gonna be really, really awesome. We're gonna go to the wedding ceremony and get to hang out there for a couple of days, and then we're also gonna try to do some camping and do some exploring all around the Austin and San Antonio area. Should be a lot of fun. We're planning to rent a camper van, and I'm really, really excited about checking it out. It's supposed to be a really cool little van, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm going to be making a couple of videos, and that'll all be part of the next one. Before ending the vlog, I do have a couple of Patreon pledges to thank. A couple of new Patreon pledges. Denise Aki, Chris Carlberg, and Jeff Niblet. Thank you guys so much for joining the Patreon team. I'll talk to y'all in the next video.